Shalom, and welcome to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. This is a recording of a Shabbat sermon with Rabbi Matt Shapiro.
I never thought that I would identify with Goldilocks as much as I did recently. We went on a trip over the summer, and the content of the trip was thus. We flew to my parents' house. My parents live outside Chicago. We were there for a weekend. We then drove about 3 hours west to scenic Galena, Illinois. We were there for about 4 nights. Me and my whole family, my sister's family came, my brother came with his fiance. It was lovely. We went back to my parents' house for the weekend as well, and we came back on Monday. Why do I give you my travel itinerary? I will explain. The bed that I usually sleep in my parents' house has a very, very firm mattress. And it is difficult for me to get comfortable on this very, very firm mattress. We were there for a couple of nights. We then drove to Galena, and wouldn't you know it, you can probably guess where this is going. The bed that we happened to be sleeping in Galena had an extremely soft, you guys know the story, you get it, an extremely soft and mushy mattress. By the way, it was so bad. Fortunately, Sarah found some pack and play, bottoms to bolster the middle of the mattress so that I wasn't, right? It was very, very mushy. And then after Galena, we went back to my parents' house where the mattress was once again very hard. That's exactly right. You guys get it. And fortunately, blessedly, when we got home on Monday, literally as soon as I brought my suitcase upstairs, I was delighted to take a couple of minutes and to get in my bed and just boop around on my phone for a couple of minutes, because at long last the mattress was just right. That's exactly correct. Like I said, I have never identified with Goldilocks quite so much. Why do I tell you this? There is a tension. There are so many tensions in our lives that we dance back and forth between. One of those many tensions is that it is important, it is essential, it is delightful to go out into the world and to explore and to try new things. And it is also delightful to be in your place and to return home and to be in that physical or emotional or spiritual area of your life that really feels like a return. Getting back to that place that feels like home. And we see that, rabbinic segue, writ large in the Parsha this week, Parshat Re'eh, where there is such a focus on making sure that the Israelites know deep in their bones that an essential part of their spiritual life as a people involves coming to a central place. Getting to that space, that physical space here, we're talking a lot about what would end up being the temple, the space for them that is the convening place, the place where they would all gather together. And it makes sense, of course, because this is a people in the context of the Torah that has been wandering and wandering and wandering and wandering from Chicago to Galena, and the bed isn't comfortable, and then they're going to get to a place that's just right. The place where they're all going to gather together that will hopefully end up feeling like home. This happens to many of us over the summer. We travel, school is on a break, work can feel lighter, kids are running around, do whatever the heck they're doing, right? There is a bit of a dispersion over the summer, and we are now getting to the time of year when we all start returning home. This week also, by the way, feels like home, at least for our family, because it is both Sarah's bat mitzvah parsha and it's the 2-year anniversary, that's crazy, of Jonah's bar mitzvah. So this is a parsha that for us feels like home, even though it doesn't feel like it's already been 2 years. 'Tis the season as well, in a sentence that strikes fear in the heart of Jewish professionals everywhere. In a couple of days it will be Elul, which means that Rosh Hashanah is peeking its very large and mildly fearsome head right around the corner. And in this season, we are, of course, thinking a lot about tshuva. And tshuva, as many of us know, which is usually translated as repentance, can also be translated as a return. This is a season when we think about return. This is a season when we think about what it is to come home and how delightful and how sweet that can be. And in a teaching that I love that I heard a few years ago, that this season is about returning to the person that you hope to be. That there are the parts of ourselves that can be diffuse, dispersed. It's important for us to go out and to explore and to try on new aspects of who we might be in the world. We don't want to be too static. We don't want to get stuck in a rut. We need to explore to grow as people. And there also needs to be that core self, those essential pieces of who we are. That even as we go and we explore and we see what's out there in the world, literally and metaphorically, that we have that opportunity to return home, to return to ourselves. And the last piece I'll add to that is that return can and should be joyful. That in the verses that we'll read this morning and spread all throughout the Parsha, we are told over and over again that there is simcha, that there is joy in that returning. Because in our tradition, in nearly every part of the Torah that we read about simcha, simcha is found in relationship. Simcha is found in connection with God, with community, with a time of the year that is supposed to be joyful. Simcha is always about relationship.
You've been listening to another in our series of podcasts from Temple Beth Am, a dynamic center for conservative Judaism in Los Angeles. If you enjoy these podcasts, we invite you to write a review on the Apple Podcast website or wherever you get your podcasts. For more information on Temple Beth Am, Los Angeles, please visit www.tbala.org.